Hey guys, what's going on? I just want to take a quick look at Polygon. Ticker for this is MATIC, and I'm currently on the weekly time frame. Before I get into it, I should mention a couple things. Number one, if you're not subscribed and you want to get updated when I release new videos, I do about 2 or 3 TA videos every single day. Just click subscribe, click the bell, and then click on all, and that way you'll actually get the notification from YouTube. If you don't do that and then you click away, it might be hard to find this channel again just because it's a new channel. There's about 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, and because of that, we're not really prioritized in the search algorithm. Okay, the second thing, I'm going to link the exchange that I personally use in both the pinned comment and the description. It's got a lot of coins, really nice, easy to use interface, a lot of kind of integrated tools that make trading a little bit easier. And my personal favorite thing about it is they don't have KYC, right? So if you want to sign up for that, you don't have to submit any of your personal documentation. Okay, so back to Polygon. Last time I did an analysis of this coin, I think it was about 3 weeks ago or so. And at the time we were, here, I'll change the time frame here so you can get a better idea. At the time when I did my last video, we had broken out of this downsloping level of resistance right here, this diagonal trend line. We had broken out and we were just kind of like retesting it, right? So as you know, if you watch this channel and just basic TA, when you break a long-standing level of resistance, what you want to see is you want to see that level flip to a support, right? And oftentimes when you break it, the price will, it's almost like the former level of resistance acts like a magnet and it pulls the price back down to it more often than not. And then it will test it. The price will test it. And we were testing this level for probably about, what's this, like 2.5, 3 weeks. It appeared as though we broke out of it, right? Because this is, right here is actually a bear flag. We broke in the opposite direction of the bear flag. We broke up. Normally this will break down. That's what I was kind of anticipating. Then here, right here, it's kind of like a falling wedge. We broke out, but then Bitcoin crashed and brought us all the way down to this lower trend line right here. So I'm going to take the chart back out to the weekly so I can give you a better macro overview of the price action that we're seeing here. So obviously we had this long period of consolidation right here, massive bull run, moved to the upside. We peaked out at over $3. And then, we've had like a massive retracement since then. But in the process of retracing, we formed basically this bullish triangle formation. Now we have 2 touches here at this kind of downsloping resistance level. And we have 3 touches on this upsloping level of support, right? So the 2 main levels right here on the MATIC chart are right here and right here. So if you want to trade this, draw this on your chart. I have this one drawn basically from the candle bodies here and to the top of this wick. And the lower trend line, I have connects 3 wicks, right? 1, 2, and to zoom in right here, okay? So if you want to trade this asset, I highly recommend that you draw these 2 lines on your chart. Okay. Now, another important level to draw, just in case this upsloping level of support breaks, you want to have this on your chart as well. So, and draw these lines, guys, on the weekly time frame. So take a horizontal line and just put it right at the top of this candle body here. And as you see, this is the level that the price was kind of fighting with. The price would come above it, but when this weekly candle closed Sunday evening, traders would sell it and the candle body closed below this line. So this is where the battle took place, and that's important because if the price comes back to this level from the upside, like if it comes back, you want to see this level hold as a support. So if I zoom out, you see that's exactly what happened here. The price came down, and the price came below it, right, as you can see with this wick, right, but the candle body closed above it for 2 consecutive weeks right here, right? So this is a very important level that, probably a lot of big money is looking at, okay? And now, obviously, if this support line that I just mentioned breaks, this upsloping level of support right here, this is the level of support that you'd want to look at. And if the price does happen to come back down here, if Bitcoin crashes and pulls the rest of the market down with it, this is where I'm personally going to look to take a long, right? And where I would take a long here, I would long it here and I would sell it right at the top of here because, as I just mentioned, this long-standing level of resistance will then be the support if it breaks, right? So I would long here, and I would sell at this line wherever it may be in relation to the price, right? Okay, so I'm going to change the time frame once again, and there's something else I want to show you. So this line here, so we basically formed like patterns within patterns, right? So we have the larger kind of triangle formation here, but then we have this downsloping level of resistance. And as I already mentioned, we broke out of this, right? We broke this bear flag at the same time, breaking this downsloping, this diagonal resistance level. And then it was support for quite a while. And because it was support for so long, so it was resistance for a very long time, and then it was support Once we break below it, it's going to now be the resistance. So as you can see, we're kind of like going to get wedged in between this upsloping level of support and this downsloping level of resistance. So the trading range on this is not going to be, it's going to be quite narrow. So I'm going to extend that out. And what you can see here, so this lower line here, it's around 53 cents, right? Not too far off from where we are right now. And this upper resistance level is currently at about 59 cents. And obviously, as the time goes on, this is going to get lower and lower, right? So these two lines are going to converge. And ideally, if the price comes down here and breaks out of this kind of convergence area, this downsloping level of resistance, then that's my cue to take a long. Right now, I'm not going to take a long just because the trading range is so small. I'm not that interested in it. I would perhaps take a long position on this if the price comes back down here. But I mean, if I'm going to take it right now, I'm almost going to get like a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. It's not really worth it to me, right? I'm looking for, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 risk reward ratios in my trades. This just doesn't work out for me. If the price comes back down here and I can take a long and place a tight stop loss against this line, right, this support line, then I'll look to take that trade and then target this upper range. That would be worth it to me. That would probably give me about a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio. But as of right now, we're kind of like in the middle. I'm just going to sit this one out. If, however, the price does come up here, you know what? I would be hesitant to take a short up here only because, again, on the macro time frame, on the weekly time frame, we are right at the bottom level of this diagonal support line, right? So I'm not going to look too short if the price comes up to that level. However, if we come back down, I'll look to long, right? And the other trade I would take personally is if we do break down, I'm going to look to get in a long right here and again sell at the top of this line. Okay. Overall, this is like a bullish continuation pattern. So it looks okay so far. It looks fine. These lines converge, right? So the price can just bounce around here. And these lines converge in May 2024. And I think the Bitcoin halving is April. So that kind of lines up. We have the halving, Bitcoin maybe. Well, if this cycle resembles the previous cycles, you'll have the halving and then Bitcoin will start making its major moves, like the full-on bull market. And then, yeah, a lot of the altcoins are going to follow. Bitcoin's going to lead. The other altcoins are going to follow. So the Bitcoin halving in April and then this one kind of reaching this convergence point in May. It kind of makes sense. It aligns. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, guys. And yeah, there's one more thing I want to show you. I don't want to mark it up. I have it drawn on another chart here. So if I look, I just want to show you, like, there's patterns that form within patterns. And I show you, yeah, we had the bear flag right here. We had like a down sloping diagonal level of resistance here. But right here, we formed a rising wedge. This was a rising wedge that broke down. And statistically, that's what they do more often than not, right? As opposed to a falling wedge, which will typically break upwards. So back on this chart, another trade I would look to enter if the price comes all the way back up here. Then when it reaches this downsloping, this diagonal resistance level, that's a short opportunity because you could place a tight backstop right above this level of resistance. And if you're wrong, if it goes higher, you can get stopped out without risking too much, right? This setup up here, if the price came up here, stop loss right here, take profit down here, probably a risk reward ratio of about 1 to 5 as well. Anyway, guys, hope you found that helpful. These are the levels that I recommend you draw on your chart if you want to trade MATIC. And once again, if you're not subscribed, click subscribe, click the bell, click on all if you want to get notified when I release these videos. And if you want a place to trade these coins on, check out the one I have linked in both the pinned comment and the description. And depending on your location, you may need a VPN to access it. So I also put a link to a promotion on a VPN in the pinned comment and description as well. All right, guys, have a good evening. Take care. Bye.